Breakfast time again, and we're in a bit of a rush actually because dustbin day today, and dustbins are collected in about maybe an hour. So just the coffee today, that's how advanced things are. But luckily, my custom SD to IEC collection is coming on nicely actually. It's a bit like a Porsche 928 V8 engine, running on 5 cylinders. There's the stuff I've put, which I've decided to group by software house in various folders. But there's also a backup, which would be the 3 dodgy cylinders of the V8, a bit like Jeremy Clarkson's Porsche 928 in the what is it called, Peppermint Hippopotamus Club. They mean Spearmint Rhino, obviously. I believe Richard Hammond had the Ferrari Dino, which the other two constantly kept reminding him was called the Fiat Dino. It was not a Ferrari in any way. I think it had a Ferrari engine though. I'm not sure if it was badged Ferrari. Putting the cup down gently. But yeah, I've also got the largest, most reliable disc image collection intended for use of the SD to IEC. So should be able to get things moving on there. Bit like when you try and build yourself up for starting to revise for your O levels, which are called GCSEs now, I presume, unless they've changed them again. Because the reality is you don't know what you want to play, and even then you don't know if it's going to work. But there is a Houston game I didn't have. Remember, those are the rules. I'm not playing their games I actually owned on this crappy Trinitron, the worst of the Trinitrons I've ever seen, and in this crappy room, which I can't finish because the hallway's not finished, because the biggest living room is not finished, because I suppose the kitchen is holding everything up. If you think my cat isn't huge, you missed that. Do it again, buddy. 2 of my cats are absolutely enormous. It's ridiculous how big they are. And now the camera's gone all cockeyed. Oh no! Cockeyed retro. Yeah, we'll have to go with that. And this is an Andrew Braybrook game by Houston. I've been meaning to try this. I think I've seen it on the Spectrum. I may have tried it on the C64. However, I don't remember it. Now, just remembering what I wanted to say at the start of this video for like 10 minutes. Why is the kettle always empty when you're in a rush? So you have to try and put just enough water so it will boil as quickly if it was just enough water in the kettle, so you wouldn't have to fill it up. But you still lose the time filling it up from the tap. And speaking of memory, I can't believe it took Mainmeister 3 or 4 live streams to realise that I'd got my Mad Commodore name back and I wasn't called Closed Channel anymore. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, YouTube is a free online hard drive to store my video game diaries. These things take up a lot of space. Yeah, so this was listed as an Andrew Braybrook game as well, which piqued my interest. Alright, it's mixed. Oh right, look, it's I think it is the same game as the Spectrum, i.e. it's being done in the same sort of way. It's really slow. And the response to the controller input is the same speed as the screen update. See, I can't even tell which the aliens are until they're quite close. Where the bloody hell are they? Is that yeah, these are aliens. No, that is. What happened there? Right, so they're just craters. Is this a different level now? Very confusing game. There's something going on back there, but that could just be the graphics overlapping. This is definitely a high-res screen. Might even be this point where Andrew Braybrook said, fuck the high-res bitmap screen, we're going to use character mode from now on. Which is why Iridium looks the way it does. Which in turn does actually mean it's not obvious what you have to avoid when going at full speed, which for me defeats the object. That's really what needs changing. So I've got no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I suspect I'd be very bored trying to do it anyway. That's alien, isn't it? So if you don't fire for ages, there is a kind of lag, a bit like when you hibernate your PC and restore it. It takes forever to come back. Takes a million times longer than when you fucking do it on Windows Vice, loading a snapshot. That's bollocks, that is. Takes longer than to copy an 8GB file from one hard drive to another as well. So you can't say it's because it's 8GB of memory. Oh man, I don't like this game. It really isn't nice to play. It's just too slow. I think they were actually enemies on the floor. And before anyone says, oh well, do you expect 1 megahertz 6510 CPU on your C6, you Wally. Yeah, go and play Skyfox and tell me you're not impressed now. Never mind in 1984 when it bloody came out. Exactly, mate. But this wouldn't have impressed me.